Once upon a time in the bustling village of Thor, there lived a man named Oho. Oho was infamous throughout the village, not for his strength, wisdom, or wealth, but for his love of palm wine. From dawn to dusk, he could be found in the village tavern, his speech slurred and his gait unsteady. The villagers, amused and irritated by his antics, nicknamed him Oho the Drunk. Despite his reputation, Oho had a gift, one that nobody in Thor believed. He could see what others could not, the evil cap of death. This was no ordinary cap. It was an ethereal, dark object that floated silently in the air, searching for its next victim. Whenever it landed on someone's head, Oho knew that person would die within a day. One fateful evening, as Oho staggered home under the dim light of the moon, he saw it, the evil cap of death. It floated ominously above the village square, shimmering like a ghostly shadow. Oho's eyes widened in horror as it swooped down and landed squarely on the head of Abeni, a cheerful young maiden known for her beauty and kindness. "Ha! It has begun again," Oho muttered to himself, his heart pounding. He ran to Abeni's family compound, his voice echoing through the silent night. "Abeni! Abeni! You must not leave your house tomorrow. I have seen the evil cap on your head." Abeni's father, a stern man named Chief Adi, stepped out of his hut, furious. "What nonsense is this, Oho? Have you no shame? You stagger into my compound at night, drunk as always, to spew your lies." "It's not a lie," Oho cried, tears streaming down his face. "The cap never misses its mark. If Abeni goes out tomorrow, she will surely die." Chief Ade shook his head in disgust. "Go home, Oho, and if you ever disturb my family again, you will face my wrath." The next day, the village awoke to the sound of drums. It was the festival of yam harvest, and the villagers gathered in their finest attire. Abeni, ignoring Oho's warnings, was the center of attention, her laughter ringing like a melody. Oho watched from a distance, his heart heavy. He had tried to save her, but no one believed him. As the festivities continued, a loud cry pierced the air. Abeni had collapsed. Within moments, she was lifeless. The village was thrown into chaos. Some whispered that it was witchcraft. Others said it was the god's punishment. Oho, however, knew the truth. The evil cap had claimed another victim. Days turned into weeks, and Oho continued to see the evil cap. It landed on the heads of the old, the young, the rich, and the poor. Each time Oho tried to warn the victims, but the villagers mocked him, dismissing his words as the ramblings of a drunkard. "Go and sleep, Oho," they would shout. "Your palm wine has filled your head with nonsense." But death did not stop. One by one, the villagers began to fall, just as Oho had predicted. One day, the cap floated towards the village chief, Adi. Oho's heart sank. If Chief Ade died, the village would be thrown into disarray. Summoning all his courage, Oho barged into the chief's palace. "Chief Ade," he shouted, "the cap of death is on your head. If you step outside this palace tomorrow, you will die." The chief, though skeptical, had noticed the pattern of deaths. "How do you know this, Oho?" he asked. Oho knelt before him. "I may be a drunkard, but I am not a liar. The cap never misses. Please stay indoors." For the first time, someone listened to Oho. The chief remained in his palace the next day, and to everyone's surprise, he survived. The villagers began to whisper, "Could Oho truly see death?" Word spread quickly, and Oho became a reluctant prophet. Villagers began seeking him out, begging him to tell them if the cap hovered above them. But Oho's gift was a burden. He knew the cap could not be stopped, only delayed. No one could outrun death forever. One evening, the cap floated above Oho himself. He stared at it, a bitter smile on his face. "So, it is my turn," he murmured. Instead of fear, Oho felt peace. He had spent his life warning others, and now his time had come. He gathered the villagers and said, "Do not wait until the cap is on your head to change your ways. Live each day as if it were your last. Be kind, be honest, and cherish one another." The next morning, Oho was found lifeless in his hut. The villagers mourned him deeply, realizing too late that they had misjudged him. From that day on, they lived with a newfound respect for life and the mysteries of the unseen. Oho's story became a legend in Thor village, a reminder that wisdom can come from the most unexpected places and that life is too precious to take for granted. The moral lesson of this story is do not judge people by their appearances or habits. Even the most unlikely individuals may hold great wisdom. And remember, death is inevitable, so live a life of purpose, kindness, and meaning.